my hardest thing in this relationship, man. Like being open.
Absolutely. And see, I've always been like an open person.
Like what's hard? So would you say it's harder to maintain passion or communication?
Oh, you know what's funny, bro?
So you're not that open.
I did.
So what's harder to maintain?
To me, it's not a comparison. I feel communication is the root of all of that. Communication is the reason that you'll have that passion. Because like passion and infatuation are fleeting. Like it's passion is something that you feel in that moment. Communication is the basis of the romance that's there. It's the basis of the security that's there. It's the basis of I'm feeling it. I don't think it's a either or. I think it's communication one, and then passion and everything else follows.
So is it?
A wise man once said at a rehearsal dinner that communication is a it's a
12-letter word.
It was a 12-letter word that was key to the success of your marriage.
SEX doesn't spell love. My daddy.
Oh, Jonathan's daddy, bro.
Oh, snap.
Shout out to Whitfield, bro.
So can you have communication, Fred, without being vulnerable, though? Like without that vulnerability to open up?
You know what's funny? Bro, I was good at faking it. Because well, at least I thought I was good at it.
Keyword was.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's depth. And it's like, bro, the ocean. Oh, I can't give an analogy.
That's too.
The ocean.
Because it's deep.
No, you're getting abstract.
But like,
just answer the question.
but the ocean is deep, bro. And the depth of the vulnerability is deep. It's a deep matter. Like, bro, a lot of times it's also, I can't be vulnerable with you about something I haven't even been clear and open about with myself. Yeah. Like, a lot of times this is the first time I've ever thought about this in this way, and it's coming out to you. And I don't know how, one, you're gonna respond to it, which is gonna dictate how I feel opening up to you again later. And it also requires you being in the right state of mind or in the right place to receive what I'm saying openly, to encourage me to continue to break down these things that I didn't even know were bothering me before. So it's man, vulnerable. That joint's crazy, bro. Being honest.
I think it's even tougher though for our generation, like this specific, like for the late 20s to 30s, because how we were brought up as young men doesn't suggest that vulnerability is any part of manhood at all. You know what I'm saying? The music that we've listened to, the role models that we looked up to, like I know for me, most of the time, the people I was around, it wasn't no opening up and talking about your feelings and, you know, being transparent. Like, nah, you don't do that. And so you got to think about the fact that, you know, we get married like mid to late 20s. So you got 20 something years of all of this, you know, this negative narrative that you've taken in, that now you have to recondition your mind and think differently. So now you have to really go through and look back on everything that you suppressed, everything that you never decided to let go of, or you never talked about. And now you got to really unwind yourself. So the communication piece just ain't, we got to talk about it, but you got to, like Fred said, you got to look inside yourself and understand, okay, what kind of demons are driving the negative energy in this relationship? Those are things that I need to work out before, because you can talk and talk and talk, but you can only, you know, cover up poop with gold for so long. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to work.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Why you putting gold and poop in the same place?
And
the poop is the demons. The poop is the demons. And the gold is all the good stuff.
That's like Fred's ocean analogy.
I ain't even get to get into it, bro. It was about to be fire, bro.
But what I'm saying is like, so let's go back to the passion piece. With all that
passion. Listen, passion, and I want to ask James this too. Now, passion, I feel like, is tougher simply because it's not that you don't find your mate attractive. It's not that you don't still, look at your mate a certain way, but you get caught up in all the everyday. You know what I'm saying? You working, you got a side hustle, you got the kids, you may be going back to school, and you doing everything. And sometimes
cool out corner.
The cool out corner. So sometimes you get into a place where you just don't even share the intimacy, and not just sex, but just y'all sitting on the couch. She rubs your back, you rub her feet, y'all watching a movie or something like that. So James, I wanted to bring you in on this because I know you are a very busy man. You know what I'm saying? You're a teacher, you DJ, you coach basketball, like you do a lot of stuff. And you're a father, you got a lot of stuff going on, fraternity. So how do you, because you and Amira have a really, from looking at y'all have a really good partnership, a really good relationship. And it seems like
friendship at the core.
Friendship at the core. So how do you maintain that? What specific steps do you take? And what advice could you give to some young guys to be able to maintain that passion?
I think like what we've done in the past, well, like to start off, our relationship started as a friendship before anything. Like we didn't start just dating. Like this was my homie on Twitter talking about the Celtics and the Bulls being our favorite teams together. So that's how like we even started the conversation and getting to know each other. Now years down the line, it was more so like this is my best friend, I'm her best friend, things like that. How we kept that passion, especially with me going out at night, meeting all these new people, things like that, is just having that trust. So a lot of the times, Amira, would just be like, hey, check up on me, just text me, see what's going on, let me know how you doing, making sure, because at the end of the day, I am a black man out here in these streets at night. So it's like, trying to make sure I'm safe, doing the right things that I can do, coming down now to where it's now DJing, it's coaching, it's being a husband, a father, teaching, all these different things. And it's always in the back of my head is to put Mira somewhat in the driver's seat as well. So it's not just me doing all these tasks, it's also inviting her to these different things. Or saying, hey, maybe you should be a part of this. Just like the cool out corner. Y'all know she's the person that be in the kitchen whipping it up.
No, she be hooking up the virtual chicken wings, bro.
Exactly.
She's hooking up the virtual chicken wings.
Right, like breads on the fish sandwich.
She's literally a part of the whole thing. Like she came up with the name, the cool out corner, like different ideas.
Garlic butter.
I also like venture out and ask her about. Or I include her in everything, honestly. Like, if I have some type of idea for an event, I always ask Mira, like, what do you think about this? Making sure she's a part of it some way, shape, or form. And I think, like, our relationship is so strong because our communication is always 100. Like, I can always say whatever I need to say to her because me, I'm a very blunt person. I'm going to say what I got to say and get it off my chest. So with Mira, she knows that too. And sometimes it's like, all right, that was too hard. But then at the end of the day, sometimes I got off my chest. I said what I had to say. I'm not hiding
on your chest, just like this.
Look, Mira might just jaw me one time now. It happens. It's okay.
It happens.
Wait. This is a whole other conversation.
James, if you feel unsafe, blink 3 times.
Doesn't actually
utilize the chat. Utilize the chat feature.
Bruh, she working in the domestic violence shelter, bro. I can get you help.
But no, like literally, I think involving her in my passions and her being my biggest supporter is what makes this relationship just great. Like, because I know a lot, like at the beginning of this relationship, when I was doing all these DJ things and her not being used to me being in different places at different times and stuff like that, it was hard, At the end of the day, you always are going to have that in the back of your mind. Like, bro, what is he doing out here? Like, what's going on? Can I trust him? Can he be 100 with me? Is he really doing what he says he's doing? So, like, a lot of people, are affected by, like, trust issues and having all these different things. But it's your job, you know, if you have all these things, to make sure she is included or your partner is included in everything that you do.